Hello, I am here in wonderful Leiden on a very windy day. There's been some rain, so hopefully I'll be able to actually say what I want to say without storm or too crazy of winds. So I've been reading, well, I haven't had a chance to buy a book in a while, and I went to a bookstore here with a limited English selection. Our books written in English here. And I found, I like the series, the very short introduction series, but I found this one on Tocqueville. And if anybody knows about Alexis de Tocqueville, he wrote a book in the 19th century called Democracy in America. And I believe it was during the time that Andrew Jackson, the Jacksonian era. And he ended up writing 2 volumes. The first one was a sensation, especially in Europe. He's a Frenchman of aristocratic birth. And he just basically wrote his impressions of America and what was seen as a relatively new type of political system, the type of democracy that the United States had. And I remember reading through his actual work before, like a while ago, and I forgot about it. Now here I am, an American right now, living in Europe, and are staying for a while in Europe, and I've also just been in Asia, and looking at comparing and contrasting political systems as well. So I really found, at this point, I'm finding the topic of Tocqueville interesting. Now the writer that puts this book together, the scholar, he, I believe, is with the the Hoover Institute. Sorry, he's Harvey Mansfield, and I'd say it's probably fair to say that this is a conservative writer. Regardless of your political leanings, I think he just does a really good job of kind of articulating what Tocqueville was trying to articulate about his impressions of the United States. And I just want to highly recommend this book to anybody who's really interested in thinking about the state of the United States right now, and what Tocqueville seemed to be saying that could be insightful for us to think about some of the places that we're ending up in. And he covered the good and the bad, basically, and he did it in an interesting way. And the way that this scholar approaches it really is just, I can't get enough of this book. It's so fascinating. Now, this book was put together, the one I have here, I think it's copyright 2010, but so much of this seems fitting to what's been happening in America since Trump's been president, and the way that Americans are dealing with each other and dealing with the issues of the press and the president. And so, I don't know. I'll just read this one little section, and then I'll end it here, and then you can decide if you want to get the book or not and read it. But he says, he talks about how Tocqueville talks about freedom of the press, or the issue of free press in the United States. And this is what he says. In the chapter on freedom of the press, Tocqueville remarks that there are 3 kinds of opinion: belief, doubt, and rational conviction. The last is achieved by very few. Most people live in belief during ages of religion, or in doubt in the democratic age. Here is one of his brilliant paradoxes. He says that in times of belief, people will change their opinions when they are converted, but in times of doubt, they hold to their opinions. Why the latter? When men doubt, they see no better opinion than their own and feel no closer interest, which is likely to be a material interest easily compatible with stubbornness, prejudice, and fixity of opinion. A free press, therefore, does not induce people to live by rational conviction or by truth. Claims made today for the press that the people have a right to know are too lofty. Most people do not live on the basis of knowledge, but of complacent opinion. They are skeptical. You can't believe what you read, quote unquote. And we say today that the media always gets it wrong. Consequently, we believe that we are right, there being no authority above us to say we are wrong. Democrats, now he's referring to people who believe in democracy, not the Democratic Party. Democrats.
Hi.
Hi.
How may I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this restaurant started. Sorry, class.
Yeah.
I'll just stop this here.